So, David, I hear this new show coming up, the Fortean Slip.
You know, I don't know where these douchebags are coming from.
Steve Alcorn's a fine investigator. What he's doing with this Chris dude, I have no idea.
Christopher York is fucked up. The dude is seriously fucked up.
Put that on the show.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself.
You harassed me to watch this piece of shit.
And ultimately a piece of shit it is.
And fucking listen!
I was going to make a lemming noise.
I was a fucking lemming.
I don't know. How do you explain those kind of things?
Aliens are actually time travelers from the future.
So don't worry, in the future, we're still ignorant bastards.
This show is going to be fucked up.
I'd like to tell you all this show is going to be good. But let's face facts. Hi! And welcome to the Fortean Slip. I am your jackass, unprofessional, amateur, petty bitch host. With me as always is not Steve Alcorn. So we found the cheapest thing that we could find. This guy outside of Home Depot. Robert Dominguez. Welcome to the show, Bob.
Hey man, I just want to say, first of all, fuck, it is good to be here.
And with us, as usual, from bigfootcrossroads.com, Mr. Matt Knapp.
Fuck.
What is this, the potty mouth show?
It sucks to be here.
This is the and you thought the last episode sucked episode.
Remember that season when baseball players went on strike?
Yeah, this is that show. Steve couldn't be with us this evening. He has a rare condition where he has to watch porno and edge all night long.
I thought you said he was starting his own podcast because he was sick of our bullshit.
No, it's a porno.
Like
It's a porno addiction.
Yeah, I remember you saying like you owed him $100, and he said, "I'm sick of you guys' bullshit. I'm starting my own podcast."
Wow, this is news to me.
Perhaps we should have saved it for the news.
That would have been a good idea. we don't have a topic tonight, just so everybody's wondering. You know, I mean, yeah.
It happens to be the show that I'm on too.
We just happened to decide to wing it.
But in the world of post-production, we'll have lots of cool shit in the description, like we're talking about something.
Yeah.
So you'll click on it,
and you'll listen. Oh, son of a bitch.
We probably should have held off on that announcement as well.
I hate that when the fucking Hangout makes me ask me if I'm still here when I'm absolutely still here. Yes, if you hear that boop, 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 that was me.
Willy Wonka's theme music?
Yes, I tumbled out and said, "Welcome."
Speaking of Oompa Loompas,
oh god,
Bob, how the hell are you?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. I'm all 5'8", 5'8" of me. It's doing good.
Oompa Loompa.
Oompa Loompa. I like that.
So Bob was actually relaying to me a Bigfoot story, Matt.
Yeah.
That I was hoping he could relay again on the air.
Yeah. Was it the is it the glowing penis one or the?
Yes, the glowing penis.
Okay.
I remember that one.
Do you?
I want to hear this story again.
Okay. I can't remember what year it was, but it was back when I was with the TBRC. my mentor, Luke Gross, and I were doing an interview on some lady in Kentucky, and for the life of me, I can't think of the city where she was calling from, but she was indicating on the phone that she was living in a trailer near some woods, and that she was relaying to us that she was getting visited by a Bigfoot on certain nights, and she said that she assumed that the Bigfoot wanted to have sex with her. And we asked the question, how do you know the Bigfoot wants to have sex with you? And she stated that she could see the Bigfoot walking down the hill with his penis glowing and bouncing. And
he would serenade her with Wayne Newton.
Right.
It was really just a glowworm he found in the trash.
Throw in your John Ritter joke right there, Boom. So, later after we did our preliminary talking to her about asking her questions about, if she was on medication, she's a drinker, she had been committed, and, of course she denied all that stuff. And then we later got off the phone with her, and I talked with Luke, and he was saying, and I asked him, I said, how could this happen? And he says, well, Bob, there are some mushrooms that are phosphorescent, and it's possible. glowing mushrooms. and the Bigfoot might have got his hands on it and may have touched his penis. So there you go, the glowing penis.
Or he may have smashed lightning bugs on his cock.
Yeah, get some protein on that bitch. Anyway,
from the sounds of it, he was fucking already injecting her with some.
And you want me to tell the other story, Chris?
Sure, if you're willing to tell.
Hey, you're on a roll.
Call me, but I'm on a roll.
Make them biscuits, man.
There was another incident which I had a hard time believing. Was we had a lady that called us, and for the life of me also, I can't think of the name. I can't think of the freeway it was off of, but it was in South Texas. It was in Conroe. It was north of Houston. And she was going down the freeway, and she said that she saw a Bigfoot cross the freeway in a trench coat. And we had to ask her again.
Flashing standard by.
Trench coat. And like we ended up going down to Conroe like the following weekend, and we actually did cast I can't remember, I'm probably wrong by saying this, but a 13 or 14 inch cast off the freeway. And I believe Rand Trusty was the one that casted that, but the trench coat thing is just I don't know, it just.
He was auditioning for the X-Files.
He was really into Cary Grant movies.
But those are the two strangest stories that I've actually ever.
He was really responsible for Columbine.
But
that's horrible.
It is horrible.
It is.
Now, was it a trench coat or a duster?
She said,
with it being in Texas, that's an important question.
She said trench coat. I asked her a couple times, and then she said trench coat. So I thought that was kind of odd. And
did you happen to
now I
notice
know there's a
penis?
distinguishing thing between the two, but aren't a trench coat and a duster pretty much the same fucking thing?
No.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Okay, explain the difference to me.
A trench coat does not have a slit. Where a duster is designed where you can ride horses with it. So it has a slit in the back.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Is that the only distinguishing feature?
I don't really want to continue this line of questioning any further because I completely bullshitted my way through the first part. But I could be right. That doesn't mean I'm wrong. I don't know. I just know cowboys in Texas wear crazy shit.
That is true.
It is Texas.
Southern.
Bob, you're from Texas, aren't you?
I am.
Oh.
I was born and bred Oak Cliff.
Oak Cliff.
Oak Cliff, Texas, yo.
Fun times.
Which is surprising because other than Bob and Bob's nephew, they are the only Texans that I like.
Wow. That's a bold statement, Matt.
I know it seems rather blankety, but
Thanks, Matt.
it's the truth. Out of everybody that I've met,
Weren't you saying
those are
something
the only
about
two guys
blanket
from
statements
Texas.
earlier?
They're horseshit, man. Somebody should use a blanket statement.
Yet here we
I'm
are.
just basing it off of individuals I have met
From Texas.
from Texas.
Yeah. There's a lot of
Texans, as we know them.
Yes.
Ah.
Or assholes as Oklahomans know them.
Uh-huh. Well, you know.
I'm just kidding. I love Texas and all the wonderful people from there.
Are they going to
Very
secede?
down-to-earth,
Are they going to
genuine
secede from the
people.
Union?
They already did.
They did?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yes, Texas is its own entity.
It's its own
Remember the
country.
Alamo.
Yes.
I remember that Ozzy Osbourne pissed on the Alamo.
Have you ever seen the basement of the Alamo?
No.
That's where the bike's at.
That's where the bike's at.
Oh, God. Please.
Hurry, change direction.
Dear God.
It's called a misdirection.
Fuck me.
Have you ever seen a Chupacabra, Bob?
You know, this is going to lead to another story. I was telling Chris earlier, the first time I went over to Newcomerstown, Don Keating through Bigfoot conference. I think it was the 13th annual. I ran into Lauren Coleman there, and I was telling Chris that I was clearly the only Spanish person there. And Lauren Coleman walks up to me and he says, "What do you think about?" I go, "No, yeah, it has to be. You're Spanish, right?" I said, "Yeah, I'm Spanish. What do you think about the Chupacabra?"
And I said, "No, Dominguez is English."
I told him I don't think about the Chupacabra, and I left it at that. So
Lauren Coleman, the Gordon's fisherman.
yeah.
Throw a slicker on that man.
Based on your apparent stereotyped ethnicity, asked you your feelings on the Chupacabra.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of cool myself, but.
And weren't you telling me, Bob, that comes from a story in Puerto Rico that parents told their children?
Yeah, it's like actually later on I talked to him and I said, yeah, that's just a story that Spanish people or Hispanic people tell their children to come inside in case, they don't want to stay out too late, that the Chupacabra was going to get them or something. So
the goat sucker's going to get you.
So the Hispanic people live out the village? Or what was that fucking M. Night Shyamalan movie? Was it The Village?
The Village, yeah.
Yeah. Hispanic people live out the village? That's what you're telling me tonight.
Yeah.
They
Basically,
make their children live in fear.
Fear.
A bloodthirsty animal is gonna get you if you don't come in the house.
If they don't say that, they'll say like other ghosts and other stuff and.
No, if they don't say that, they say Colombian drug lords.
We'll give you a necktie.
Yeah.
The cartel's going to get you at sundown.
Every day is an episode of Breaking Bad.
They're gonna make you work in a sweatshop with no clothes on.
Chained to your workstation. It's just awful. Just awful.
I was thinking the same thing.
So what does everybody think of the new Chupacabra? Is it a photo or a video?
I think it was a photo.
Yeah, the new photo.
I think Phil did a breakdown on it. It was photos, so.
Yeah.
Did you really just reference that asshole?
I did. I'm sorry. I know I'm new to the show.
Phil Bowling. Listen, I have given that man more press than he deserves.
Just by mentioning his name once.
Oh, God, Phil
Sorry.
Oh, Jesus.
I hear he's going to actually speak at the upcoming Sasquatch Summit over in there in the Pacific Northwest area in November.
Alongside
sometime.
of Dr. Jeff Meldrum.
That's what I heard, yes.
And
The foot fetish guy?
and
He's
yes,
actually,
that guy.
yes.
And
Phil's actually opening for Meldrum.
and Matthew Johnson's going to be there.
I haven't confirmed that information.
Oh, I had heard something about maybe he was going to be there.
I mean, yes, I've heard that, but
yes, Phil is opening, or he goes on before
yes,
Dr. Meldrum, I do believe.
he goes on before
Foot fetish?
Sasquatch Summit 2013.
Right on.
Good times. Fuck you, Phil Poling.
Right.
We talk about him.
Ron Moorhead's also going to be there.
Ron Moorhead.
Ron Moorhead. Or is it just Ron Moorhead?
I don't know.
How did you get that name exactly?
Well, I don't want to go down this road, Matt.
I'm trying to.
I know you are.
He's a present tense verb.
Ron Moorhead? Yes, thank you.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, exactly. It's like the going to school with the guy who's named Mike Hunt. I actually went to school with a guy named Mike Hunt.
Amanda Hugginkiss?
Yeah, no, I did go to school with a kid named Michael Hunt at Bonnie Eagle High School. I believe he...
Really?
Yes, I believe he was in the class of 90 or 91. My mother is actually married to his father now. Yeah.
I went to school with a fellow named Harry Vagina.
Wow. That
You did not.
is amazing.
Okay.
You did not.
I was lying.
You gotta stop lying. You gotta stop that shit. It's not very becoming of you, Matt.
I'm only a hobbyist. I'm nowhere near a professional like some people.
Like some people in the world.
Yes.
I see.
That might rhyme with prick liar. Just saying.
Wow. Pointing any fingers there, Matt?
No.
No.
Man, sign.
Man. Sad.
Man, sign.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have MK Davis on the line. I can't be certain that it's MK Davis on the line. I'll just let you be the judge.
He's no expert.
Hello.
I'm no expert.
My name is MK Davis. I have a video here I'd like to show you. Just do everything as walking. It's going to be my whole new shtick. So when you all see it, just know that's what it's going to be. We are
Bob.
we are so unprepared tonight.
We are.
Do you enjoy MK Davis's videos?
No, I do not.
Mm.
I do not, actually, but
You've met MK Davis in person, correct?
and sign. Yeah, I have. Yes, I have. He did not ask me about the Chupacabra, though.
He did not ask
He
you
did
about
not
it.
ask me about the Chupacabra.
Hey, you're Hispanic.
Mexican guy.
I said, I'm a Hispanic causing panic.
Hey, you, grab me another taco, could you?
I told him my name was Manuel, last name Labor.
You've been in the Bigfoot community / research field / whatever you want to call this thing for a while, though, right?
Yeah.
Like, how long has it been?
2001, 2000, since 2000, 2001. So I don't know, about 13 years.
He's a millennium Bigfoot researcher.
He is. Have you ran across a lot of stereotyping, racism crap?
From people or?
Yeah, no, from Bigfoot.
Yeah, has Bigfoot come out of the woods and been like, listen, man, don't steal this?
Yeah.
Bigfoot peeks out from behind the tree. What the fuck are you doing here? You're not a fat white guy.
Actually, I have. I remember once, and I'll tell like another story. Once I was in North Carolina, and I was going to a site where potentially there was a Bigfoot sighting, and I was lost. And so I was driving on this road, and in North Carolina, man, they have a bunch of lumberjack shops, and so I stopped in there, and I was lost. So I had a map, and I walked in there really quick, and I was telling the guy, I said, I'm kind of lost. I'm looking for, and before I can finish my sentence, he said, a tobacco farm. You looking for a tobacco farm? And I said, no, I'm not. I'm not looking for a tobacco farm. I'm looking for the so-and-so road.
Orchard. You're looking for an orchard.
And he said,
"Oh, right down the road, man."
And he says, "Oh yeah, you go down this road, you go over here, make a right, blah 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 blah, you know." And
these guys doing a podcast. They're looking for somebody.
and so I say, "Okay, that's cool." And I said, "All right." And I started walking out the door, and I stopped. I had my hand on the door, and I turned around, and I said, "Why did you ask me about tobacco fields?" And he says, "Well, I thought you were here to pick tobacco." And I go, "No, I'm not."
Nice lumberjack shop. Did they have like flannels and suspenders hanging on the walls? And...
Yeah, actually they did. No, I don't know. I said, "Nice lumberjack shop, bitch," and I walked out.
And I was hoping that it was
Deuces,
like Chainsaw Massacre.
No, they didn't have any of that, but yeah, I've had some stuff like that before.
Why do you ask, you fucking white prick?
Yeah, that's what you should have said.
Give me your beeswax.
You know, Bob thinks that Dreadfun's picture of you looks Mexican. I just wanted you to know.
Oh, really? Yeah. Since Bob's never mentioned that to me.
I think you should put an easy at the end of your name.
Which is kind of funny because, like, Bob, who says I look Mexican in his rendition, my friend Roddy, who everybody thinks looks Mexican, who isn't in real life, saw the picture and says, "Oh yeah, he slimmed you down quite a bit." I'm just like, thanks, man.
Thanks, prick.
Yeah.
Fucking Roddy.
Roddy.
Oh shit. Have you ever had any UFO experiences, Bob?
You know, I don't think I have. I have really bad eyesight, and
so they're all UFO experiences.
So other than that, no.
So technically, I saw one last night.
So no, I haven't. So
every time he drives by the airport at night, he just freaks the fuck out. We're being invaded.
It's War of the Worlds.
Man, you're gonna make me have anxiety, man. Come on.
Calm it down.
Tonight on the Fortean Slip, Orson Welles.
UFO crafts are landing everywhere.
Bob Dominguez says, "We're being invaded."
Tonight on the Fortean Slip, we make a young Hispanic man die from a heart attack.
Oh, man. I'm going to have someone take over Night Watchers for me then. Nightwatchers.com, though. Nightwatchers/.com.
It's a hyphen, I believe.
Yeah,
it's a hyphen.
Not trying to tell you how to spell your own website address. But,
yeah.
Now, what is nightwatchers.com?
It's a paranormal website that I got that I do, and occasionally I write a blog on it, and And
Yeah.
I post, videos like the Fortean Slip on there as well.
Was that like a Taps door prize or something that you won the website?
No. It's just stuff. No, I'm not part of the Taps family, so. No, but it's a paranormal blog that I have, and I post from time to time, stuff like
Time
that.
to time.
So
If you've ever seen like the 50 posts of the Fortean Slip that pop up every day,
Yeah, that's Bob.
that would be Night Watchers.
yeah, I try to pump the show every now and then,
Every once in a while, give it a good pumping, bend it over,
Yeah, I do too.
lube it up.
I spend a ton of time just pumping the shit out of it. Take it.
I like it whenever he promotes the Fortean Slip on the Fortean Slip group page.
Yeah, I mean that really takes the cake for me too.
Where like the only members are us.
And I love it whenever like Chris posts it, and then I post right after it.
Yeah, that always looks
See,
good.
it's not he's unaware of what he's doing. He's completely aware of it. It just amuses him.
Yeah, it makes him giggle.
You should start posting links to it in the comments section on the videos.
Yeah.
That would be the best. Just go under every comment and post a link to the friggin' show. Get booted out of every group. Yeah. This show.
Just start mass mailing links to Lauren Coleman.
Whom I am only 20 minutes from.
Really?
The crypto... Is it the Cryptozoology Museum?
Something
I
like
live
that.
near it and I don't even know what the fuck it's called.
I was gonna ask you, Chris, have you ever been there?
No, I've never been.
Have you thought about going?
No. I mean, would it be kind of interesting to go down there? I mean, sure. I've never met Lauren Coleman.
I have.
I have.
I don't know that he's on my big list of people to meet.
Lauren Coleman's one of those people that if you spend enough time in his presence, you'll want to punch him in the face.
Oh, well, maybe me staying away from there has been a good idea.
It's probably kept you out of jail a time or two.
So, but I've had no desire to go down there. I got to go out and check out the Bigfoot Museum out in California when I was out there. It was a cool place. And it was interesting to get to meet the people out there, and of course that was the day that the Finding Bigfoot crew was there doing signings.
Like sign language
Yeah,
signings?
like sign language. They were signing everyone from a table, and it was like a big game of charades. No, they were just signing autographs and whatnot.
Do you find that kind of odd that society has reached a point where the fucking crew of Finding Bigfoot actually gets asked for autographs? I mean, I find that kind of disturbing. If
they're public figures, I mean,
yeah, I get it, but it's like
they're almost like WWE stars to me, because I mean, they're entertainment.
Yeah,
Bobo
it's
could be a WWE star.
Yeah, he could. Hold on. What would be his finishing move?
The wood knock.
I was gonna say the Bobo elbow drop.
It's the wood knock. He just takes his arm and swings it at them.
I was gonna say something like the Skookum Slam.
Skookum cigarettes.
Oh yes, I love that one.
The Skookum Slam will end you.
He slams him with a Skookum Slam and then pisses on him.
But he would like forget to show up to like all of his appearances.
Yeah.
But I mean, I get to go out there, and that was really interesting. And the museum itself, while it was kind of small,
What's Mike Rugg like?
had a lot of cool things. Mike's an interesting guy. I mean, he's really personable. He's a nice guy. He didn't know me from anybody, and he was really pleasant. I get to have dinner with.
You don't think he has any like young children chained up underneath the museum or anything?
No, I don't think so. I don't think there's anything going on there. But yeah, I just I guess I don't have any real desire to go down there and check out the one that's here in Maine, in Portland.
I don't think you're missing much.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a lot of the same stuff.
I know he used to have it in his house, and the IRS got after him because he was claiming it as like a non-profit business entity.
I remember like reading something about on the webpage how he was looking for funding,
donations.
Yeah, donations for the museum. Something had changed about it. It was a while back, but no, I've never been there. Never been there. Never had the inkling to go down. Maybe at some point in time I'll take my kids down or something, but
I'd rather go to the Monster Mart and Folk.
I'd rather take them to
the gas station with the painting on the wall.
Yeah,
That's all it is.
I'd rather take them to the desert of Maine.
That's crazy.
The desert of Maine, man. There is a desert here.
Bob, did you know there's a desert in Maine?
I know there's like a lot of wild dogs there.
Yeah, there's a lot of wild dogs there.
But this is like a desert surrounded by woods. It's crazy.
That's like an anomaly.
And it grows.
Yeah.
It grows every year.
It's like a sarlacc pit
Yeah.
in Stephen King's backyard.
It's a sarlacc pit. Boba Fett is digesting underneath Maine.
Oh man, they're gonna have to call IG-88 to go get him or something.
Yeah, no shit, huh?
Or Both. Or Bosk.
As this show fucking degenerates, we might as well wrap this bitch up. And sitting in for Steve, Bob will be reading the news.
Bob gets to do the news?
Yeah.
Huh.
Did you want to do the news?
Oh, no. Go right ahead, guy
Okay.
that's been on the show one time.
First story is newson6.com, Oklahoma's own. Three arrested on
Who got this fucking story?
One shot in Rogers County Sasquatch hunt. Rogers County Sheriff Department arrested 3 people in what appears to be an accidental shooting. One of the men told deputies he'd shot his friend while
I was drinking.
I was high on meth.
While the 2 were Sasquatch hunting expedition. 2 men.
An expedition, eh?
The 2 men were hunting apparently for a Bigfoot around 177th East Avenue on Tiger Switch Road Saturday night. Omar Padilla heard a barking noise.
A barking noise commonly associated with a dog.
Jerked and shot his friend in the back, authorities say. When you start off with the explanation like that, do you believe anything after that? Sheriff Walton said Saturday morning.
Are we sure his name wasn't Dick Cheney?
The men met emergency responders at Quick Trip near Interstate 44 and 161 Street.
Because nothing builds confidence like leaving the scene of a crime.
at a Quick Trip, by the way.
Yes.
The wounded man is expected to survive. Padilla 21 was arrested for reckless conduct with a firearm and obstruction. Deputies also arrested Perry Don James, Padilla's father-in-law. James threw his son-in-law's gun in a good on of the property.
Spit it out there.
Get through it there, son.
Because he's convinced felony and was afraid to have a gun on property, the sheriff said. James 53 was booked on complaints of felon in possession of firearms and destruction of evidence. The shooting victim was also carrying a gun he dropped when he got shot. According to the news release, the gun was recovered. Deputies arrested 22-year-old Lacey Jane Padilla, Omar's wife, for obstruction because she told the police at one point that someone else had shot her husband and his friend, according to the RCSO. Walton said that the incident was under investigation. Authorities haven't yet determined whether the drugs or alcohol were involved. He said, maybe?
Maybe there were some drugs and alcohol involved. We're not sure.
Like, first off, their Sasquatch hunting trip was taking place at an intersection, like a well-maintained intersection of a thriving community. It wasn't like out in the woods or anything.
That's sad.
They hear a dog bark and shoot somebody.
It was probably accidental shooting, Walton said.
Hey, Matt, if it's brown, it's down. Come on now. And you heard Bob earlier. The fucking thing was wearing a trench coat. You never can fucking tell with these things. You never can tell.
You never know.
You never know.
Perhaps he was shooting at a cloaking Bigfoot that was standing between him and his friend.
That's right.
Or a ghetto Sasquatch.
Yes.
Or efforts are now to locate the weapon that was used. Okay, that's the first story.
Only from Oklahoma.
Only from Oklahoma. Second story on Open Minds TV. OpenMinds.tv. Woman still traumatized by 1960s UFO encounter. A former resident of Novi, Michigan.
Get over it, bitch.
You're carrying that shit around.
Is still traumatized.
You gotta put
by
that
UFO
down,
encounter.
Kevin. It's like a bag of bricks.
Do you see why Steve loves reading the news so much?
Yeah.
Come on, guys. I'm trying to read it. Stop talking.
From decades ago, Nancy Thurman says that she saw a saucer-shaped UFO floating in the sky above her neighborhood in the early 1960s.
Called a frisbee.
When she was just 12 years old. She can't remember.
Somebody threw a fucking frisbee. It was 1960. She was 12.
She
and
can't.
Traumatized her for 60 fucking years.
Yeah, she's a hipster. She can't remember.
She still dresses in her 1960s garb.
She can't remember exactly when the sighting occurred, but thinks it was during the summer of 1961. She says that she was playing at her friend's house with a friend's father called the girls outside to see a UFO. She just
I've seen this movie before. I know why she's traumatized.
Yeah. Was it a Lifetime movie?
Come on, girls, let's go to the basement and make a UFO movie.
Oh no, it's one of them movies.
She describes the craft as a silver saucer-shaped object, abnormal with red and green and white lights.
Vivid
and
Entertainment
she says,
presents Barely Legal in the Basement.
She says the lights were either rotating or pulsating.
On the vibrator.
It's a UFO, it's a UFO, it's a UFO.
Tremaine says the next thing that she saw was a light beam shooting down from the UFO onto the unmarked police car of an off-duty police officer was doing security at a nearby construction site. According to the local news site hometownlife.com, former Novi Police Chief Lee Bago was on duty on the police.
He just has a noise as the end of his last name.
Police station on the night of the sighting. He acknowledges and dispatches received a call from an off-duty officer at the construction site. Bagel remembers he called into dispatch and said that there was a strange object overhead. Dispatchers report receiving multiple calls from other witnesses on that night, from whom the wife of the city council of a city council member. After seeing the beam of light shooting down from the UFO, she recalls her friend father told her, Tremaine, to run home. That's when the event alleged became more than a simple sighting for an unknown craft. Tremaine claims that...
if you tell anybody about this, they'll be very angry with you.
That's right. It's our little secret.
In the basement of the Alamo. Tremaine claims that she was running home and she felt a sensation like being shocked.
Yeah.
The next,
It's called the
next
shocker.
thing-
That's when you stick one in the vag and one in her ass.
Hey.
The next thing she remembers is being in her house. She claimed, she was knocked out probably. She claims that she was abducted by a UFO, although she didn't remember much about the encounter. She says some of the experience had been coming back to her lately as a result of regressive therapy. She recently stated that if I was very traumatized, experience stayed with me. She claims that she had been taken by UFOs several times, but the experience are never harmful or scary. Hometown Observer joined Hyder recently joined Tremaine, and she returned to the location of Novian where the 1961 event occurred. Watch his interview with Tremaine on top of the article. So that's the second story. The third story.
I've blocked that story out already. It was too traumatic.
Okay. So the third story is psmag.com, Pacific Standard. There are hundreds of practicing exorcisms in the U.S. A recent survey of modern exorcism reveals surprising lack of drama in the business of casting out demons. This Halloween, just shy of the 4th anniversary of the movie The Exorcism, has been Novel's
The Exorcist.
The Exorcist. Novel's authority of the movie producer William Peter Blattery.
Blattery.
Or Blatty.
Blatty. Get an extra dollop of the attention.
The power of Christ compels you, Robert.
Compels you. Not that people aren't already obsessed by the subject of The Exorcist remains an adjusted box office the most popular R-rated film ever.
Ever?
At my own Catholic high school, the Christian Brothers teachers, the Brady one guys, could be the remarkable post of the Vatican II, flipped the modern most things doctrinal, but they got sober really fast about not messing around with the demons.
I'd like to know that this is the most popular R-rated movie ever made. Is that what we're saying?
That's what they're saying.
And little girl Reagan says, "Fuck me, Jesus," as she's...
Your mother sucks cocks in hell.
Yeah, okay, all right. I just wanted to make sure we were on the same page.
I'm going to have to fact check this article.
Yeah, it's a really long article.
We don't have to go through the whole thing.
Yeah.
There are lots of people practicing exorcisms in the United States. That's... Wow.
Practice makes perfect.
Yeah, I guess.
And this is the same music that young girl heard during the UFO.
That's right.
In the basement.
That wasn't a UFO, that's a Sibian.
Ride that thing! It had lights, and it vibrated, and it made my special place feel really weird.
Bitch.
Thank you, Robert, for filling in for Steve. It's Night Watchers dash between the night and watchers.com, bigfootcrossroads.blogspot.com, and as always, oh yeah, bigfootcrossroads.com, motherfucker. And as always, thank you to Dreadfun, DREDFUNN on YouTube.
Thanks for having me, man.